Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. WIN councillors threaten legal action over Region 10 chairmanship process. Clerk of Council called upon to convene a meeting within 48 hours. WIN accused of not honoring signed agreement with ANUG. Tantamount to sly mongoose behavior, says Dr. DEFRANCE. Poor traffic management by East Bank Road contractors infuriates President Ali. Sweeping changes ordered. Growing cases of seniors being abandoned after property transferred to relatives. Don't sign over, make a will, Dr. PERSAUD warns seniors. And in sport, Defense Force Headquarters triumphs at 60th anniversary Inter-Unit Athletics and Swimming Championships. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm Travis Chase with the Monday, October 13th edition of the HGP Nightly News. We have what you need to know this evening. We begin first up by telling you that the We Invest in Nationhood Party has threatened the local government does not have the deciding vote. Here's more. Councillors from the We Invest in Nationhood Party have issued a formal notice to Dwight John, Clerk of Council at the Regional Democratic Council, warning of impending court action. According to legal correspondence obtained by Nightly News, the WIN councillors intend to argue that the Minister of Local Government no longer has the authority to unilaterally appoint the chair of any Regional Democratic Council. The dispute follows the election for regional chairman in Region 10 on Friday last, where WIN's candidate Mark Gorin tied with APNU's Dominic Blair, 9-9, after a single round of voting. The councillors allege that after the tie, the clerk suspended the electoral process and indicated that the minister would intervene with a casting vote to break the deadlock. The WIN representatives contend that this move is unlawful. Their letter states, in part, quote, "You are hereby advised that your suspension of the election process of the RDC chairman and your intention to seek the minister's deliberation, pronouncement, and casting vote is ultra-virus, contrary to statute, arbitrary, unreasonable, and otherwise illegal. There is no longer any power held by the minister to unilaterally determine and impose the chairmanship of any regional democratic council." The lawyer requested that the clerk of council follow the mandatory procedures set out under subsections 26A through to H of the Local Democratic Organs Act, Chapter 2809, and otherwise, which provided for a second and a third round of voting, if necessary, to break the tie. They are calling for the continuation of the election process without ministerial intervention and have signaled readiness to pursue the matter in court. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Meanwhile, after bashing the leader of the We Invest in Nationhood Party for alleged shady handling of the parliamentary seat allocations for the upcoming 13th Parliament, leader of ANUG and United Guyana, Dr. Mark DeFrance, fell on his proverbial sword at the weekend. Marvin Cato reports.
This is something that needs clarification also. We have a member that is selected to be a member of parliament, a new member, one who signed on to ANUG a couple of weeks before, and that made the 29 names that we submitted.
That was Mark France, then leader of ANUG and United Guyana, ANUG, before tendering his resignation as chairman over the weekend. It was highlighted that unlike the approach that the APNU took in its configuration with the WP and AFC, when they were a coalition, ANUG was not given the option of selecting its parliamentary representatives. WIN, according to Dr. France, bullied its way and decided that a party member who only recently joined a few weeks before the just concluded election should be the parliamentary representative.
We had 3 meetings back and forth before we could have gotten this agreement signed. And the excuse that the leader of WIN gave to ANUG was that, oh, he didn't know what was it that he signed on to, and he thought it was a different permutation.
Dr. Franz believes ANUG was hoodwinked by the billionaire businessman and now says he cannot be trusted, a far cry from utterances made before the September 1 polls. Quote unquote, I want to say shout out to all those selected to represent the 109,066 who voted for an idea, a dream, change, and an end to ethnic politics. You bear a huge responsibility to your supporters and Guyana at large. Do not let my people down. Be the change you want to see. Dr. Franz posited after the official elections results were announced. The alleged deception Franz referred to was that of the configuration of parliamentary seats when the election results were known.
He thought it was 1 in 10. So, but not only that, and it speaks a lot about the character of the person.
Dr. Franz reminded that it could not have been a mistake or an oversight on the part of the Winds leader, who then allegedly being ignorant of the contents of the agreement. He reminded that when the issue of ANUG members not being given positions as per the agreement was sought after, but was met with refusal.
We saw changes being made after names were selected initially. So once again, if you really had the intention of sticking to the agreement, you could have put the ANUG personnel there.
The bitter dispute ended in Franz tendering his resignation, after which he took to social media saying, quote unquote, I have always been a team player and respect the rules of the game we signed up to. No one will ever accuse me of not working in the best interest of the collective, even at my personal detriment. My latest decision to step down as chairman of ANUG is but another example of putting the team first. ANUG is the most democratic party I have seen in my 5 years of active politics, and I hope it stays that way. I wish those that are selected to lead all the best going forward. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Over the weekend, President Irfan Ali gave China Road and Bridge Corporation consultant firm Shiladia Associates Incorporated Companies undertaking the East Bank Road expansion project an ultimatum. Here's Marvin Cato.
President Irfan Ali met on Sunday with contractor China Road and Bridge Corporation, CRBC, consultant Shalida Associates Inc., engineers, and a traffic management team executing roadworks along the East Bank corridor. The president summoned an emergency meeting with senior officials of the Ministry of Public Works, the Guyana Police Force, the Coast Guard, the Chinese contractor China Road and Bridge Corporation, and the US-based consultant Shalida Associates Inc. It was reported that the president was visibly upset with the pace at which works are progressing and taking into consideration the hours-long delays commuters had to endure. Quote unquote, it is clear to me that enough effort is not placed in the contract management and the workflow plan, President Ali said, according to the Department of Public Information release. Quote unquote, as a result, you're causing tremendous hardship on the people who are using this road. President Ali informed the contractors that his patience had run thin, as he cautioned that he would no longer tolerate poor project management, delays, or indifference to public suffering. The East Bank Public Road is known for hardships. On several occasions, passengers missing their flights or airline staff ended up being late, causing a delay to outbound flights. The president announced a series of tough measures as a result of what transpired at the weekend to restore order and speed up work. He directed that a daily work plan be shared with traffic control team and ordered that, quote unquote, all areas opened overnight must be ready for use the next day. The president was forceful in his delivery to the police to crack down on reckless driving and lawlessness. President Ali also instructed Police Commissioner Clifton Eakins to establish a permanent control base along the corridor using containerized command posts and 24 hours drone surveillance to monitor traffic and identify violators. President Ali also ordered the control room be moved closer to the construction site and demanded a new work plan showing how additional machinery and manpower will be deployed immediately to accelerate progress. Quote, I was there at 1 in the morning 2:30 in the morning, hardly anyone was working, he said. Quote, for this project to be completed and for less disruption to commuters, you have to put people in during the night, increase your machinery, and increase your workforce. I said this more than once, the president added. In what can be viewed as a precursor of what may come, the president ordered the Coast Guard and the Police Marine Unit to stand ready to ferry passengers to the Chedijagan International Airport if traffic gridlock worsens. The president made it clear that penalties will follow for anyone, contractors, consultants, or engineers who fail to deliver. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Our developing story this evening, he who accuses must prove. I have never had any transaction with a Guyana Gold Board customer outside the walls of the Gold Board, so says a former chairman, after vile attempts are being made to link him to gold smuggling. Former chairman of the Guyana Gold Board, GHK Lal, is speaking out following what he describes as a vile effort to tarnish his reputation by social media commentator turned government contractor Michael Rodrigues, known as the Guyanese critic. Rodrigues recently took to social media, attempting to tie Lal to gold smuggling and to the Mohammeds family, claiming that Lal aided the Mohammeds in alleged illegal activities.
My relationship with the Mohammeds, I want the Guyanese people to know this. My relationship with every gold board customer, from gold dealer to gold exporter, from medium scale miner to 1 pennyweight declarer. My relationship with them began and ended within the walls of the Guyana Gold Board.
Attorneys representing the former chairman have dispatched a lawyer's letter to Rodrigues demanding an immediate retraction of the malicious statements or face a judge at the High Court of Guyana.
It is painful for the honest work that you put out as a servant of the people to be thrown into your face, to be distorted in this scurrilous manner.
Lal, who is also a newspaper columnist, believes the attempt to link him to gold smuggling and to the Mohammeds suggests that there is more in the mortar than the pestle.
Tell me where this gentleman, who's really a front for the senior people in the PPP who don't have the, you know what, they don't have the guts, and then lower down, they don't have that, to come out and stand up and face GHK Lal and say, you're a gold smuggler.
Rodrigues is currently facing multiple court actions for alleged libel, with a growing number of proceedings filed against him. For Mr. Lal, Rodrigues' comments constitute a baseless and damaging attack on his integrity and standing.
Citizens have a right to speak, but they have no right to get it wrong.
Lal served as chairman of the Guyana Gold Board from March 2017 to February 2020, when his tenure came to an end. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News. Stay with us. You're watching the HGP Nightly News.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Everything you want. Make home yours anytime with Courts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Ooh, oh, oh. Get value for your money. Ooh, oh, oh. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Oh, Courts have it all. Oh yeah. Home is what you make it. Top brands, you're sure to get it all. Courts have it all.
Courts has what you need to make home yours. You can get it all with easy payment plans using Courts Ready Finance. Courts, make home yours.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world, but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Commissioner Rolf Establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Monrepo, East Coast, and Marara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Krishna Rolf Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
HGP Nightly News. The Police Office of Professional Responsibility has been called in to investigate allegations of sexual misconduct by senior ranks at the Guyana Police Force's Academy. The Corporate Communications Unit of the Guyana Police Force has confirmed that the Office of Professional Responsibility has completed its probe into reports of inappropriate conduct involving officers assigned to the Academy's Georgetown campus. According to the force, these allegations were recently brought to the attention of the Commissioner of Police, who immediately ordered an investigation. During the probe, several recruits and staff members of the Academy were interviewed and provided statements to the OPR investigators. With the investigation now concluded, the case file is expected to be submitted on Monday, October 13, 2025, to the Director of Public Prosecutions for legal advice. In the meantime, an officer and 3 sergeants implicated in the matter have been transferred from the Academy pending further direction. The International Business Conference is returning for its 3rd edition, which is expected to attract more than 1,000 participants. Antonio Day sat down with the conference organizer, and he reports now.
The 3rd edition of the International Business Conference, which opens on Tuesday at the Georgetown Marriott, is said to be the premier platform for investment, innovation, and international partnership. Under the theme, Bridging Businesses for Regional Prosperity, IBC unites business leaders, policymakers, investors, and entrepreneurs to unlock opportunities across the Caribbean and South America's fastest-growing frontier economies. This is according to Dr. Vishnu Durga, Chairman of the Action Invest Caribbean and organizer of the IBC.
One of the key things that we are doing is that any business that's out there that may not think that they're a good fit for the actual conference and they do want to actually meet with the exhibitors, they do have the opportunity to get their trade visitor pass to come and meet with the many companies who are here in Guyana for the International Business Conference.
As Guyana continues its trajectory as one of the world's fastest growing economies, driven by energy, infrastructure, and industrial expansion, and with Suriname positioning itself as a rising export and manufacturing hub, IBC serves as a trusted bridge connecting global capital with local potential.
Very appropriate to really start working on the business bridges that need to be built between local and international investors, and that's what we have been doing for the last 2 editions, and of course this one as well.
Through sector-focused collaboration in energy infrastructure, manufacturing, ICT, logistics, agriculture, and financial services. The conference supports strategic growth aligned with regional priorities. This year's conference is expected to attract in excess of 1,000 participants. He noted that the conference also presents an opportunity for key players in the business consortium to grasp new commercial ideas.
So what we really want is to ensure that people are in a place where they can get all of this information in a timely manner, where we have both investment agencies, the Guyana Office for Investment, the Suriname Investment and Trade Agency, with their investment officers, so every single question that they have can be answered.
Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
The Soma Hotel, Restaurant and Lounge officially opened its doors, bringing together government officials, investors, and members of the business community. Jada June reports.
The newly launched Soma Hotel stands as one of Guyana's latest symbols of progress, blending modern hospitality with a deep sense of local pride and investment. Delivering the feature address, President Irfan Ali lauded the Soma project as a reflection of community courage, collaboration, and commitment to the nation's transformation.
I am not here only because of this hotel. I'm here because of this community. A community that took the risk, embraced a vision, and worked relentlessly to build what we all see here today.
President Ali, in outlining Guyana's broader 2030 vision, detailed plans for expanding gold production by 2027, new exploration results by 2029 to 2030, and major investment in health, education, technology, and tourism.
And accompanying all of that will be the build-out of a world-class healthcare system second to none, world-class education system, world-class infrastructure, world-class food system that will be feeding the entire region.
He urged citizens to remain grounded in their culture, humility, and hospitality, describing these traits as, and I quote, the binding spirit of growth and development, close quote.
In everything in life, there is risk. But those risks must be calculated. Everything in life, Anita, requires bold thinking.
Also, speaking at the opening ceremony, Lars Mangal, one of the project's developers, expressed that Soma was envisioned to be, and I quote, more than just a hotel, close quote.
When we first imagined Soma, we wanted to create more than a hotel or a restaurant. We wanted to build a place of purpose, a place that supports Guyana's most important industrial zones.
He explained that the Houston's operation will serve Guyana's growing offshore oil and gas sector, while simultaneously offering a hub for local and international guests. The name Soma, he shared, holds personal meaning symbolizing family legacy, continuity, and long-term national growth. In his remarks, Peter Ramsroop, Chief Investment Officer, praised the project as a strong example of local investment driving Guyana's development.
This is the example of one of the infrastructure, this compound that came early on in the investment when we found oil. And he will tell you one more thing. Oil is just a catalyst of investments in Guyana. Guyana is more than oil.
With its emphasis on quality service, community collaboration, and local investment, Soma is poised to become a cornerstone of Guyana's hospitality sector and a reflection of the nation's steady march towards a prosperous future. Jada June reported for HGP Nightly News.
Another developing story, ExxonMobil Guyana says it did not include a local tax credit in its 2023-2024 tax returns. The company's president, Alastair Routledge, made this remark on Monday while addressing a media conference at the company's Ogle headquarters. Antonio Day is on this story.
Recently, Darren Woods, the CEO of ExxonMobil, received a letter from 3 U.S. senators regarding the company's tax policies in Guyana. The government of Guyana hired Exxon and its associates in a joint venture to develop the oil fields in the 26,800 square kilometer Stabro block, now joining the collaborative efforts Chevron, who is taking over from Hess after a big sale of the company share in Stabro block. The companies pay no taxes to the nation in compliance with the terms of the 2016 Production Sharing Agreement, PSA, but Guyana still provides a tax receipt which shows that those responsibilities were fulfilled locally. In a nation where the business is registered, this is commonly used to prevent double taxation. According to a statement released to the media, U.S. Senators Jeff Merkley, Chris Van Hollen, and Sheldon Whitehouse wrote to ExxonMobil CEO Darren Woods requesting details regarding the company's accounting of its U.S. tax liability resulting from 2016 Scarborough Block Petroleum Agreement. When questioned on Monday, President of ExxonMobil Guyana Limited, EMGL Alistair Routledge, related to journalists that the company did not include a local tax credit in its 2023 to 2024 tax returns.
Prior to 2023, we were not making profits here in Guyana, so there were no tax credits from that. So from this point, up until this point, there have been no Guyana tax credits that have been used by ExxonMobil.
He said the company thrives on being cash flow negative because it keeps its attention on its local operations and businesses.
We're continuing to work through, as all these projects, investing significant amounts of money in the country. And on a cash flow basis, we're still cumulatively negative position.
In response to a question concerning the company's cost recovery to date, he stated that it's approximately $6 billion. Additionally, Routledge reported that ExxonMobil's new headquarters, located in Ogle on the east coast of Demerara, is now fully operational. He noted that there are currently 400 employees, including those from SBM Offshore Company. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
On HGP Nightly News, we tell you now that in a historic and deeply emotional ceremony, Nana Kwesi Ntao, known in Guyana as Carl Fraser of El Dorado Village, Berbice, was officially coronated as the developmental chief of Kamansi, a culturally significant village in Ghana's central region. The coronation, a 5-day observance steeped in sacred traditional rites and ancestral rituals, saw the people of Kamansi confer this title upon Nana Kwesi Ntao in recognition of his dedication to cultural unity, community upliftment, and developmental leadership. His installment stands as a powerful symbol of reconnection between Africa and the Caribbean diaspora, embodying the enduring ties between Guyana and Ghana, two nations linked by shared history and identity. As Nana Ntao will now lead initiatives focused on education, entrepreneurship, and cultural revitalization with the goal of empowering the people of Kamansi while deepening cross-continental collaboration and heritage exchange between Africa and the Caribbean. Stay with us, you're watching the HGP Nightly News.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Make home yours every day with Courts. Everything you want. Make home yours anytime with Courts. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh. Get value for your money. Oh, oh, oh. Courts have the best quality. Home is what you make it. Best prices and good credit. Oh, Courts have it all. Home is what you make it. Top brands, you're sure to get it all. Courts have it all.
Courts has what you need to make home yours. You can get it all with easy payment plans using Courts Ready Finance. Courts, make home yours.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
HGP Nightly News. In recognition of International Day of the Girl Child, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, through its Child Care and Protection Agency, hosted a special activity on Monday aimed at celebrating and empowering girls across the nation. Tiana Cole reports.
In observance of International Day of the Girl Child, the Ministry of Human Services and Social Security's Child Care and Protection Agency, CPA, hosted an empowerment session that brought together girls from various communities across Guyana, empowering girls and highlighting their role as leaders and change makers. The event provided a platform for inspiration, mentorship, and reflection on the vital role of girls in shaping society. Delivering remarks at the event, Minister Dr. PERSAUD acknowledged that while girls continue to face many challenges, they are also achieving remarkable success and leaving an indelible mark on Guyana's social and professional landscape.
If we look at education, there are more girls finishing high school. There are more girls than men or girls than boys finishing the University of Guyana. And there are definitely more girls who are making their mark both in the public sector and the private sector.
She urged girls and women to view themselves as capable and equal to their male counterparts in every sphere of life.
Many still see themselves as lesser than, still see themselves as inferior to, and that is the kind of psychological foundation, that is the kind of thinking that we have to chip away at and start to do it with the girls of today.
Also delivering remarks was Dr. Pradeepa Bolanot, environmental economist and Guyana's lead climate negotiator, who delivered a keynote address under the theme On the Front Line of Crisis, Climate Justice and the Girl Child. She highlighted that girls are not fragile, but powerful forces for transformation, courage, and leadership.
The story of the girl child is not one of fragility, but it is one of immense strength. Together and alone, we are strong. We are strong individually and we are strong as a collective.
Dr. Bolanot further in pointing out that girls continue to face barriers in their daily lives, workplace, and communities, encourage greater efforts to break these barriers and create more opportunities.
We have to work very hard at breaking those barriers, reshaping our communities, leading movements of justice, science, sustainability as we chart the path to our development.
This year's theme, quote-unquote, The Girl I Am, the Change I Lead, Girls on the Front Lines of Crisis, was brought to life through a range of recreational, inspirational, and bilateral activities designed to inspire confidence and leadership among young girls. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, as Guyana observes Month of the Elderly, Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. PERSAUD is appealing to families to show greater care and respect for senior citizens. The minister expressed concern about the troubling trend of elderly persons being abandoned after signing over their properties to relatives.
With October being celebrated as Month of the Elderly, Minister of Human Services and Social Security Dr. PERSAUD, during a recent interview, said many seniors are signing over their properties to family members, and in several cases, they are later abandoned or left without proper care.
We see a lot of dumping of seniors, whether at the hospitals or at any of our institutions. My thing is, if you know you can't care for your parent, come and talk to us and let's find a good solution for your parent. Don't dump them on the road.
She stressed that her ministry has a strong coordinated system with the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, GPHC, to provide care and support for elderly persons in need.
we have been doing it at the night shelter. That's where a lot of the indigent and homeless go, where they come on board. They've been doing surgeries for us. We have eye care happening regularly. The infectious unit is there. The dental unit is there.
Dr. PERSAUD further urged elderly citizens to take legal steps to protect their property and ensure their well-being as they age.
Don't sign over. Stay in your house, live there, and make a will. We must promote the will-making thing so that people are not left.
Tianako reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
After more than 4 decades of teaching, both at home and abroad, the story of a Guyanese-born educator tells of resilience, faith, and the passion for nurturing young minds. This Jada June's report takes a closer look at his remarkable journey from early years in Guyana to continued services in the Bahamas.
After more than 40 years in education, a devoted teacher, Patrick Douglas, reflects on a lifetime spent shaping the minds of generations of young people. He began his teaching career in Guyana, where he taught for 22 years at several schools.
Starting from my primary school, where I was a student there at St. Mary E. Virgin Anglican School at that time, and which was renamed to Promotional Primary School. And then I moved on to South Rumville Park Primary School, and to be followed by North Rumville Secondary School, and finally President's College.
Following those years of service, he migrated to the Bahamas, where he continued his profession for another 24 years. His total teaching career spans an impressive 46 years.
Where, again, I was in the teaching system and taught for 24 years there, and mainly at one school called Old Bite High in an island called Cat Island.
Reflecting on the decades of experience, Sir Douglas spoke about the evolution of education from chalk to blackboard to tablets and online research.
My challenge now with the advent of technology and social media, which has come on stream, there is so much information available, but my question is how many people make use of, some of the programs on the internet itself.
He emphasized that students must not only gather information, but must also be able to comprehend it, noting that skills of understanding what is researched is just as important as finding it. He also shared how during his time in the school classrooms in Guyana, teachers would introduce concepts early in lower grades to reduce the workload in upper grades, a strategy that helps students transition smoothly and grasp complex topics easily. Turning his attention to the continuous rise of school violence, Sir Douglas reflected on his experience in addressing challenges in schools.
Because we saw, students who are engaged in violence, they lack self-esteem, right? And conflict resolution, how to deal with that.
To tackle this, he introduced initiatives such as the Boys and Girls Club. These included the Jesus Boys Club and Pink Flowers Club, where students engage in mentorship, workshop, and career-building activities. These programs led to significant improvements in behaviors and academics.
We give rewards like, let me say, at the end of a certain term, for character development, what we saw, improvement, it helped to reduce the problem of violence.
He believes similar strategies could be beneficial in today's schools, suggesting that administrators explore student development programs to foster respect, empathy, and positive discipline. Still teaching, he remains deeply grateful for his journey, and with his 71st birthday approaching on the 5th of November.
I have to give God thanks and praise, to bring me to this accomplishment. I have been through the fire and the storms in life, and to see me here now at this point in my life where God has kept me.
His story stands as a testament to the power of perseverance and purpose. Jada Drew reported for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Live the island
Island Dream. It's your chance to be one of over 100 winners in the Island Dream promotion. Win your share of more than $1 million in cash and prizes. Plus 2 all-inclusive weekend staycations for 2. And that's not all. Score coolers packed with Buster, Turbo, Altitude, and Viva. Just buy any can or bottle of Turbo, Buster, Altitude, or Viva. Find the code starting with BB. Then visit at Buster Guyana or Turbo_Caribbean on IG or Facebook for details. Live the Island Dream, get money. Live the Island Dream.
Life is full of beautiful moments, but did you know that everyday activities can expose you and your loved ones to harmful worms? From playing in the dirt to cuddling with pets, even eating unwashed fruits and vegetables. These common activities can cause worm infestation. Intestinal worm infections can cause nausea, fatigue, bloating, or even stomach pains. Dr. Setival has the remedy for you. Use worm medicine to prevent infections and to rid your family of these pests. Check your nearest pharmacy for Leland with pack sizes suitable for families large and small. Just a single dose after a meal treats common worms. Protect your family with Leland so you can focus on what truly matters. Making memories. Distributed by Massey Distribution, Guyana Limited.
Granny, what are you doing on the right of way? Like you're saying let the sunshine stretch your legs. Sunshine? Look, forget I ask. You know you're not supposed to be on the right of way, Granny. But I am digging, building, burning, or planting. No horsing wrong, no horse riding, or nothing for doing horses. But Sunshine? But you and Sunshine get off the right of way. Sunshine, I'll be glad. Good.
Good evening and welcome to Monday's edition of the Regional News. Haiti's food insecurity is expected to deepen by mid-2026, with around 6 million people projected to face critical hunger levels amid gang violence and economic collapse, the Integrated Food Security Phase Classification IPC said in a report. Currently, 5.7 million Haitians, over half of the population, are facing high levels of food insecurity, with 1.9 million at the emergency level, experiencing acute food shortages and high malnutrition, the IPC report said. The IPC, a UN-backed index measuring hunger and malnutrition in global hotspots, projects 5.91 million will experience food insecurity by mid-2026, including nearly 2 million at the emergency level. Haiti remains among the 5 worst food security crises globally, with more than half of the population relying on assistance. Haiti's deepening food crisis stemmed from 6 consecutive years of economic recession and expanding gang violence, which have displaced the families, disrupted livelihoods, and eroded agricultural output, the report said. In areas controlled by armed groups, farmers face extortion and small businesses are forced to shut down. Finance Minister Dave Tanku has appealed to all nationals living abroad to return to Trinidad and Tobago to help rebuild the nation. Tanku made the appeal while delivering the feature address at the opening of the 38th annual Diwali Nagar celebrations at the NCIC Nagar Shagwanas. Tanku said now was the time for all nationals to come home and uplift the nation, quote unquote. Let the world see what can be built when a people scattered across the globe come home to light up and lift up their nation. Let us, like the family of Shri Ram, stand together once more, united in love, in faith, and in purpose. He urged the diaspora to come home to invest, teach, and mentor. Dozens of Barbadians were backed on the streets of Bridgeton over the weekend to protest sections of the proposed immigration and citizenship bills. They insist that, if approved, the laws could have lasting consequences for the island's identity, resources, and democratic integrity. The demonstration, organized by the local opposition group, began around 10 a.m. at Kensington Mall, St. Michael, where marchers gathered before making their way to Independence Square. Some protesters blew whistles and waved the national flag, while others carried placards bearing messages such as "Freedom is our right to question everything," and "We do not have a political system, we have an auction." Organizers described the action as peaceful but necessary noise in their stand against what they called the rushed and poorly considered changes to the immigration and citizenship laws of the country. They expressed a particular concern about the proposed citizenship requirements, which the group argues would make it too easy to obtain voting rights, which has political implications. The loyal opposition group made clear that protest was not about opposing immigrants, but about protecting Barbadians and promoting earned citizenship. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Let's join Delwyn Neblet for HGP's Sports Pulse.
Good evening, Guyana. I am Delwyn Neblet with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Monday, October 13, 2025. The ministers responsible for the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, the Honorable Charles Ramson Jr. and the Honorable Stephen Jacobs, recently facilitated an engagement with representatives of the Berbice Cricket Association and sub-associations, as well as representatives from clubs within the ancient county at the Albion Community Centre. Those in attendance included former Berbice and West Indies international players Sunirain Chattagoon and Devendra Bishu, as the discussions focused on the hosting of tournaments, the expansion and growth of associations and clubs, as well as funding for competitions including schools and youth tournaments in Berbice. The Buxton Carl Hooper Cricket Club First Cricket Cash Bonanza was held last weekend at Buxton North on the east coast of Demerara. The first match was a commanding 9-wicket victory for the Westside Steppers over the NOC Santos Sports Club, while Golden Grove defeated Transport in a last ball thriller in match number 2. In match number 3, Anthony McFarlane scored an unbeaten 46 as both Royal Merrill and Andre McFarlane picked up 3 wickets to propel Buxton A to a 60-run victory over Buxton B. The eliminator then saw the Westside Steppers clinch a 9-run victory over Golden Grove on the back of a top score of 26 as well as 2 wickets from Narendra Persaud. Persaud would then return to score an unbeaten 66 as Anand Bharat picked up 4 for 13 in the final to propel the Westside Steppers to a 9-wicket victory over Buxton A, becoming the inaugural Buxton First Cricket Cash Bonanza champions and winners of the $500,000 top prize. Also in cricket, the 2025 Queensway Security Inc. Senior Men's Inter-County Tournament bowled off this weekend with matches at the Hampton Court or Joe Jagmahan ground in Essequibo, as well as the Lusignan ground on the east coast of Demerara. On Saturday, Demerara secured a commanding 50-run victory over Essequibo in the first fixture on the back of a solid 73 from player of the match and captain Matthew Nandu, which propelled the visitors to a total of 229. West Indies under-19 all-rounder Jonathan Van Lang would then take 4 for 35 and Richie Lucknott 3 for 26 to ball out Essequibo for just 179 in 37.3 overs. Essequibo's Thaddeus Lovell picked up figures of 4 for 43 in a losing effort. On Sunday, the GCB Select 11 were bowled out for just 139 after winning the toss and batting first against Berbice at Lusignan. Junior Sinclair picked up the first 5-wicket haul of the tournament as Kwesi Mickle played well for his 49. Kevin Sinclair would then show his class with a dominating 75 from 63 as Berbice reached 141 for 3 to secure a 7-wicket victory in the first match of this year's tournament. The next fixture in this year's tournament will see defending champions Demerara take on the GCB Select 11 at Enmore on Tuesday. Action also continued in the second test between the West Indies and India at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi this weekend. Jamel Warrican picked up 3 wickets for the West Indies as India amassed a mammoth 518 for 5 in the first innings, with Yashasvi Jaiswal scoring a magnificent 175 and the captain Shubman Gill remaining unbeaten on 129. Kuldeep Yadav would then pick up 5 for 82 to bowl out the West Indies for just 248, as Alec Athenaeus top scored with 41. India would then enforce the follow-on, and it took a fighting knock of 115 from John Campbell, as well as a brilliant 103 from captain Shea Hope, to ensure that the West Indies did not suffer a 2-for-1 defeat. Justin Graves also played well for an unbeaten 50 to propel the West Indies to a total of 390 and a lead of 120. As at the end of day 4, India would reach 63 for 1, requiring just 58 runs for victory on the final day, with KL Rahul unbeaten on 25 and Sai Sudarsan also unbeaten on 30. Defence Force Headquarters triumph as the Ghana Defence Force 60th Anniversary Inter-Unit Athletics and Swimming Championships concluded over the past weekend. The event, which ran from Sunday, October 5th to Friday, October 10, saw Defence Headquarters emerge as overall champions after amassing a total of 532 points. The Coast Guards finished second with 358 points, while the 1 Infantry Battalion secured third place with 245.5 points. Top units received monetary prizes, and outstanding individual athletes as well as swimmers were also recognized with trophies and cash awards. In the March Past competition, the 4 Engineers Battalion claimed first place, followed by the Training Corps in second and the 1st Infantry Battalion in third. Moving into badminton, Angelisa Godet, Gabrielle Felix, and Mishka Bahari each recorded clean sweeps in their respective categories as the Ghana Badminton Association's 2025 National Junior and Senior Championships concluded on Sunday. Godet secured the girls under 13 singles category over doubles partner Vaishnavi Nataranjan before returning with Nataranjan to secure the doubles title against Chamara Ben and Emma Ramsaran. The mixed doubles category was secured alongside Joel Rambrich as they defeated siblings Vaibhav and Vaishnavi Nataranjan. Meanwhile, Mishka Bihari would replicate this performance in the girls under 19 category, defeating teammate Lashante Berkeley in the singles final and later returning alongside Berkeley to win the doubles category, defeating Gabrielle Felix and Arshni Maraldarin in the finals. Meanwhile, Felix completed his sweep in the girls under 17 category, claiming the girls singles title over Arshni Maraldarin before teaming up with Maraldarin to win the girls under 17 doubles title and then securing the mixed doubles titles alongside boys under 17 singles champion Ruel Rambarich. The boys under 17 doubles title was secured by Nathan Henry and Ian Williams, as other results include a first place victory for Ethan Bulkan in the boys under 13 category over Caleb Tan and Zion Hickerson, as Caleb Tan would later return to take his revenge in the boys under 15 final, outshining Bulkan on that occasion. Johanathan Debedin won both the boys under 19 singles and doubles titles alongside partner Ruel Rambarich, while the women's senior title was claimed by the outstanding Priyana Ramdani, with Akili Haynes prevailing as the senior men's champion. Moving into motor racing, the Ghana Motor Racing and Sports Club held its first ever Berbice Drag Race Invasion drag race meet in the Ancient County on Sunday. Racers competed fiercely in 7 classes of events as Sean Persaud won the unlimited class and Ramiz Mohammed's Tesla was officially crowned the fastest car on the track. The 1800cc class was won by the Mazda RX-7 of Extra Easy Auto Sales, while Matthew Davey was the youngest racer on show. Moving into football, action continued last Saturday in round 3 of the Petra organization's Courts Optical Pee Wee Schools Football Tournament 2025 at the Ministry of Education ground on Thomas Lands. Results on Saturday include a 7-0 victory for St. John the Baptist Primary over Genesis Primary, Agatash Primary winning 5-0 over Lenore Primary, Stella Maris Primary winning 5-0 over Batavia Primary, a 1-0 victory for Pataro Primary over Redeemer Primary, a 5-0 victory for West Rhineville Primary over Charity Primary, a 2-0 victory for St. Teresa's Primary over Anns Grove Primary, a 4-0 victory for St. Gabriel's Primary over GIA, a 1-0 victory for Smith's Memorial Primary over Winford Gardens, and a 2-1 victory for Marion Academy over St. Stephen's Primary. Action will continue next Saturday in the round of 16. Also in football, action resumed in Division 1 of the Ghana Football Federation's Women's League 2025 with the 2 fixtures at the National Training Center in Providence on Friday. The first match was a 3-1 victory for the Western Tigers over Anns Grove United, while in the second match, Rivers View FC produced a dominant 5-1 victory over Menedalus. And finally, action resumed in the Georgetown Football Association Senior Men's League 2025 with 2 fixtures at the Police Sports Club ground Eve Leary on Friday. The first game on Friday was a 4-0 victory for the Motherland FC over East Veld FC as Wainwright Adams produced the player of the match performance and both Malachi Richards and Carlos Agard scored goals in a winning effort. Match number 2 was a 3-1 victory for Pili FC over Ordis FC. Goals to Pili coming in favor of player of the match Solomon Austin, Jaheim Herbert, and Michael Day, as Ian Wallace also scored once in a losing effort. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblet reminding you to stay in the game.
Win councillors threaten legal action over Region 10 chairmanship process. Clerk of Council called upon to convene a meeting within 48 hours. When accused of not honoring signed agreement with ANUG, tantamount to sly mongoose behavior, says Dr. DeFrance. Poor traffic management by East Bank Road contractor infuriates president. Sweeping changes ordered. Growing cases of seniors being abandoned after property transferred to relatives. Don't sign over, make a will, Dr. PERSAUD warns seniors. And in sport, Defence Force Headquarters triumphs at 60th anniversary Inter-Unit Athletics and Swimming Championships. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm Travis Chase. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.